there's this misconception that marketing can make a big splash in a week, and then once that campaign is done in a week, okay, now we're done. That can work in the short term. It can work with, once you meet a certain threshold for how much you're spending or how much you're sending out or how much you're working on that, but it's not going to bring in the amount of leads that you want.
Please welcome America's service sales coach, Joe Crisara.
Welcome to the Service MVP Podcast, the show that helps home service professionals master high-value sales, build stronger client relationships, and grow their business like never before. Join industry experts as they share real strategies that drive results. If you're ready to level up your service game, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
It's the Service MVP Podcast.
Thank you for listening and watching the Service MVP Podcast. I want to give you a copy of my free book. Just click on the link below in the description and one will be sent to you from me personally. Thank you so much for listening.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Service MVP Podcast. My name is Ethan. You may recognize me from a couple of episodes that we've done so far. I am the marketing director here at Service MVP, and I'm really excited to be here today and to really dive in deep on the marketing side of things to help your business. And today we're going to specifically be talking about in-house marketing. So that is marketing that the business does for itself. There's no hiring of an agency, no freelancers getting hired, but it is something that is done in-house and that you, most of the time, the owners or the techs or anyone who's working at the company has complete control over. Now, I know just to start out, there's, like I said on the last episode where we talked about marketing, there's two sides to that coin, where there's a lot of people who see that as a fun challenge, see that as something that is a necessary part of their business. And then there's other people who want nothing to do with marketing and they want to stay away from it at all costs. And for some reason, they think it's this large, daunting task. And I'm here to alleviate some concerns on both of those sides, but mainly to demonstrate and to show you guys exactly how doable it is for every single business to take a lot of these things, take a lot of these simple tips and tricks. And those are the things that I'm going to be giving you today is actionable items that you guys can take today and start doing that are not going to cost you thousands of dollars a month. They're not going to cost you an arm and a leg, but they're things that are going to make a big impact and get the ball rolling to where you need to be, to where maybe down the line you do hire a marketing agency, or maybe down the line you do hire someone who is a marketing expert. But for the beginning, we all need to start somewhere. So that's where we're going to be starting today is the beginning. So first off, one thing that I want to get into is the difference between a paid campaign and a free campaign, something that doesn't cost you anything versus something that you have to put marketing dollars towards. So just right off of the bat, your main paid campaigns are going to be things like Google ads. Google local service ads are incredible for home service companies. Those are basically ads that are going to get you at the top of a recommended list when someone looks up emergency plumber in my area or need my AC fixed near me. Those are the things that are going to be boosting you to the top of the Google pages and the Google searches there. And another aspect of that as well is social media marketing. That tends to be brand awareness. Brand awareness is a term that we use in marketing to basically say, it's letting people know about your business. It's not making a direct sale right then and there. It's not saying buy now or come use our services now. It is saying, hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. So later on, when you do see one of our trucks going around, later on when you do need an AC repair, or later on when your plumbing, there's an issue that comes up with your plumbing, that's when people key in and say, hey, I saw something. There was that brand awareness campaign. Even though they might not know that term, there's that brand awareness campaign that I saw that I'm going to call company XYZ. So that's kind of the main areas where you're going to be putting ad dollars or ad spend within marketing. And then on the other end of things, there are a lot of free avenues. What I tend to enjoy is social media, the opposite side of the paid ads, where you're not putting any ad dollars towards it, but you're creating a profile. You are letting your local community know about you, know about your employees, know about the jobs that you're taking on, what you can and can't accomplish, how good of a job you're doing, what you're doing to engage with the community. It can also be entertainment. There are all sorts of plumbing pages out there, and companies who are in the home services business, and they're just creating fun content, stuff that doesn't necessarily show off how great they are in their fields, but it's fun. It's stuff that people will look at. That's free marketing for you right there. It's just creating a social media profile and posting to it consistently. Some of the other tools that I really enjoy that are free or pretty near close to free, barring a low-level subscription to some sort of service online, is email marketing. I think that is a great way to start. And one thing that, if you haven't already started collecting data, if you don't already have a CRM or a CRM that funnels into an email sender, that's something I would look into right away, because that is direct interaction with your client base. That is direct interaction with people who are going to be returning customers. One thing that we teach here at Service MVP on the sales side of things is how to have those repeat customers, how to give options so that a customer gets exactly what they need and are happy with the solutions that they are provided. And so what that then brings around with the marketing side of things is, hey, I'm happy with company XYZ. They did this great work for me, but now what? I need a reminder. I need those gentle reminders as to what your company is doing, what your company is up to, and what your employees are up to. If you have a great new hire, awesome. Maybe that email with a new hire sparks that idea in me of, oh, you know what? Maybe, we should get that plumbing in the upstairs toilet fixed. That's been on my mind for a while. Oh, we saw that something was wrong with the sink downstairs in the guest bedroom, and we need to get that fixed. It's just the little keys there that the email marketing is going to provide you. One thing that we also talked about last time was providing discounts, and how that may actually not be the best thing for your business. But if that is something that, let's say your customers expect every year, a Christmas season discount or a Christmas season giveaway, and that's something that you've built into your brand and you've built into your business, and you realize that customers enjoy and like, that would be a great opportunity for the emails there as well, to let people know about, again, that you have that going on as a reminder. So if you don't have that set up right away, that's a very easy thing to do. Emails are a incredibly simple thing to write. It really seems like a lot of people have this misconception that email marketing takes a lot more time than it should. If you have a system, like personally, the one that I enjoy using is MailChimp. That one's a very popular service that you can sign up for. And depending on how many emails you have, I believe right now their subscription model is based off of how many emails you have. So depends on your sizing, but you can calculate what that ROI might be, what that return on investment might be from those. But MailChimp has templates for you to use. You don't have to write paragraphs and paragraphs of content for all of these emails. It can be a quick 2-second thing to tell people about an event that you have coming up. It could be a quick couple of paragraphs that you write about your new employee. I mean, looking directly at their resume. I've done this in the past, and I think it's a great tactic where if you hire a new employee, ask them their permission first if they're fine with you writing a little bit about them, but basically take their resume line by line and just really show off their experience. Tell the other jobs that they've worked in the past, how long they've been in the field, all of these different things to write and to create these emails that are really fairly simple. Now, obviously, I know what you're probably thinking at this point is AI tools in there as well. I know MailChimp definitely has its own fair share of AI tools for email marketing. But on the opposite end, if even writing an email is absolutely not something that you are capable of doing at this point in order to grow your business, ChatGPT is one of those things that is a great tool to help you write. It obviously needs at some points revisions. It needs for you to have a second eye to look it over, but it's just creating that content so you can send out those emails. Now, finishing up on the email side of things, one thing that I'm going to continually preach is consistency. So consistency with getting those emails out is absolutely key. Coming up with a cadence and really building in a calendar to say, do I have the capability right now to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday email? Do I have the capability to do a Wednesday only email? Do I have the capability right now to do a once a month email? That's really something that you can decide for yourself. But once you stick to it, because that is what I have seen as really the key metric for longevity in marketing and really bringing in more sales and more leads for your company is consistency. It's boring. I know it's not a flashy answer. It's not exciting, but with everything that you do in your business, I'm sure that you've seen as well, consistency in your sales grows your business. Consistency in your messaging grows your business. Consistency in quality of the work that you do grows your business. Same exact thing for marketing. There's this misconception that marketing can make a big splash in a week, and then once that campaign is done in a week, okay, now we're done. That can work in the short term. It can work with, once you meet a certain threshold for how much you're spending or how much you're sending out or how much you're working on that, but it's not going to bring in the amount of leads that you want. And that's what I've really seen over the course of my career is, people who go for a week, see that something is starting to trail off, and then say, okay, hands up in the air. I'm not going to continue with it because obviously it's not working. These marketing things take time. I mean, I'm working here at Service MVP. We're working on timelines of 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, 5 years down the line. That's the timeline that you have to look at for marketing. So those are kind of the basics for the email marketing side of things. And a lot of the same things, again, translate into the consistency within social media marketing as well. I know a lot of people, the term viral is really getting out and about. Everyone wants to go viral. Everyone wants to get 1 million views on their TikTok video, on their Instagram reel, on their YouTube shorts. But again, you got to think about this. If you're a local business, if you're a local company doing in-house marketing for yourself, what's going to make the difference? Is it going to be a video that gets 5 million views but brings in maybe 1 new customer? Or is it going to be something that you can target locally and maybe it only gets 5,000 views, but of those 5,000 people who saw it, 20 people called your company and 20 people requested your service? It's really what that end goal is, but it's that consistency and not quitting once you don't see, oh, my views aren't getting to 1 million. It's that consistency again. So one thing, now that we're moving on into social media, I want to give you guys a couple of actionable tips. I gave you some actionable tips for emails. Now I want to give you some actionable tips for social media as well, because I mean, there's a million different ways to do social media. There is no one right way. It's about consistency. It's about finding what you are able to accomplish and doing it over and over and over again. I see a lot of companies who start to do social media marketing and throw a bunch of their effort and their energy towards it at the very beginning. And it's, again, one of those things that it's a flash in the pan. It happens super quickly, and then you run out of steam and you cannot continue that, and then things fall off, and then they say, oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. It worked. It's you that is not staying consistent. That's one of the hard truths of marketing for your business is a lot of the times you have to look at yourself and say, am I not doing what I need to be doing consistently enough? So anyways, a couple of great actionable items that you can do for social media. I mentioned this on our last episode. If you've got a team of techs in the field, oh my gosh, every company that I've worked for, it's like I would kill for a team of people who are in the field with their hands on doing the work, who can just really quickly pull out their phone, take a couple of pictures of the system, a before and after. Hey, this is the unit that I replaced. Hey, we've got a tankless water heater that we are removing. Oh my gosh, take a couple of pictures of, look at how dilapidated this thing is. Look at how the connections are just rusted away and nothing is working anymore. Look at this old system. It takes 3 seconds to pull out your phone and take a photo, take a quick video of that. Put your phone away, focus on the job, get the job done. I don't want this to distract from the quality of work that you're doing. But then at the end, once the system is fixed, I mean, you guys know those things come in, the new installs or any new parts look 1,000 times shinier and 1,000 times newer than the entire system around it. So if you can see that, awesome. Take a photo of that and point out on social media, hey, you see that piece right in there? You see that part? That's what we did. And look at how great it looks. Talk about the functionality. Now, give a testimonial in that on behalf of your clients. Now, Miss Smith, now her toilet is the only toilet in her house is working now, and she wasn't able to do it to have a toilet before. Now it broke earlier today. We were able to get in there and fix it. It was an emergency situation. Pull on the heartstrings a little bit, get that stuff going. But it all starts with encouraging your techs to take those before and after photos, before and after videos. They don't have to be cinematic masterpieces. It's just stuff to get out there and stuff to get consistent. Then from there, what I would say is, start highlighting the techs that are doing it, that are participating in it, and quick shout outs, hey, thank you so much for doing this. That really goes a long way. And I have seen that, especially with techs in the field. I've seen that just that small recognition of, hey, thank you so much, man, for getting those photos of the unit before and after. I know we were talking about this stuff for social media. I'm going to get that posted today. I'm going to tag you in it. I'm going to, sing your praises on this job. You did a great job, actually installing the unit, but also great job with the photos as well. It's free recognition for these guys, and it's free marketing for you guys and for your business. So that's one thing that I would absolutely recommend starting today is before and after photos. Another great thing that you can do on social media that you can start today is, again, use your staff, use your people. I like, if I could shout this 1,000 times at you, I would. Use the people that you have at your disposal. If you have a local business and you've got 5 people on your staff, you've got 5 backstories. You've got 5 smiling faces every day. You've got 5 people with an expertise in something. You've got 5 people with hobbies that no one would ever know about unless you ask them. Use that as content. Taking quick headshots in most companies that I've seen and that I've had the great fortune of visiting, when they have physical locations, they tend to have something that's kind of like our Archie here, or a big logo on the wall, or at the front desk, they have their logo everywhere. Have them just stand in front of that. Take a quick headshot. Have them do a cheeky little lean on the thing. Have fun with it, and take some photos of your staff. Ask them a couple of questions. Hey, what do you like to do on your weekends? What do you like to do on your time off when you're not working here? Again, ChatGPT is a great resource. Write a quick little bio about them. Hey, this is John. He really enjoys going skiing on the weekends and spending time with his parents. He does great work for us here at XYZ Plumbing. He has 10 years in the business, and he's one of our amazing techs. It's really that easy. And honestly, if you start posting those consistently, you would be shocked at the amount of engagement locally that you get. There is a lot going around right now where companies want to appear larger than they are. They want to appear corporate. There's almost this stigma around seeming local. And if you are a local company, use that on your social media. People will go crazy for that. I mean, we've had stories over and over and over again of owners and business owners who post a little bio of one of their techs online, or send an email out, or do whatever they do to promote their staff, and then miss Dorothy or whoever, who then gets one of her systems updated or replaced. She has maintenance on her ductless AC system. She then says, "Hey, John, I saw you on your company's Facebook page. I saw you on," so there's already that familiarity as they're stepping up to the door. I mean, that right there is priceless. That I would rather have that than the opportunity to spend $10,000 on a marketing campaign, because that's priceless. That's familiarity. That is that's containing someone's headspace. That's occupying real estate up here, not on the screen, but up here. That is priceless right there. So really using your staff and using your people. I keep saying using your people, and I shouldn't be saying that. It's making the most of what your staff has to offer, I think is a better way to put it. Ask them questions, write those little testimonials, and worst case scenario, you learn a little bit more about the people who you have working for you, and that's really never a bad thing. So lots of great opportunities there. One other thing that I want to get into there is, while we're still kind of talking on the social media side of things, is taking pictures of day-to-day operations. One, I keep saying taking pictures and video. Pictures and video are king. If you didn't know that already on social media, pictures and video are the number one thing in the world. And while we're on sort of the same subject, another great tool that you have at your disposal, and something that you can do on social media outside of before and afters and getting to know your team. Because if you do have a little bit of a smaller team, you're going to go through those testimonials pretty quick. So one thing that you can also do is a little bit of behind the scenes. What's the day-to-day operations of your business? I mean, I'll provide you guys a little bit of insight. As we're setting up our studio here, I'm going to switch to that camera over there on this edit, but you can see we've got behind-the-scenes stuff that really resonates with people. We set up that camera specifically so that we would have a little bit of a quick behind-the-scenes view. Show that it's unpolished a little bit. Show that, again, you guys are local people. You aren't a massive corporation that is, everyone loves McDonald's. I'll admit, I love McDonald's. McDonald's is great, but no one has ever said, "Oh my gosh, Greg, who works at the McDonald's over there, provides such excellent customer service." Even though there might be a guy named Greg who provides excellent customer service, you go there for the consistency of the food. It's going to be the exact same every single time. That's not the business that we are in. We are in the business of providing people a sense of comfort and safety within their own homes. And that doesn't come from a corporate logo. It just doesn't. That comes from recognizing faces. That comes from creating familiarity and building trust on a more one-to-one human connection basis. So any activities that you guys are doing throughout the day, if you have an office staff and your office staff are taking calls all day, with their permission, obviously, see if they would just be interested in doing a quick video of helping a customer out on the phone. A customer has, you installed something for a customer a while ago and they've got a question about the warranty that you provided them. And one of your office staff is taking that call and talking to them about it. If it's okay with them, record their answers, show a little bit behind the scenes. If you are, putting together, let's say if you open a new office, if you are opening up a new location or moving locations, and you're putting those, the big fat head posters of your logo on the wall, film the installation process, throw that up. If you get a new truck and you're wrapping your truck, do a before and after of that. The day-to-day processes are really killer marketing on, and truthfully, such an easy thing to do. You just need to be able to train yourself to be thinking about that a little bit all the time, because there's countless opportunities that come up throughout your day that all you need to do is just think about it a little bit all the time and you're all set. So now we've talked about social media for quite a bit, and emails and all the stuff that you can do that is free, that is fully at your disposal, as long as you have a phone or a laptop, fully at your disposal for little to no money. You're not actually putting any money towards ad spend. So ad spend is any money that goes towards paying for a lead or paying for a sale directly. So now let's get into that bit of it, because that is a real aspect of this business, is paying for leads, paying for ad space, paying for that side of marketing. So to get into it a little bit, first off, I have worked with clients who have had a $90,000 a month budget. I have worked with clients who have a $500 a month budget. It really is all about a couple of small things to get it right and to really make the most of every single dollar that you spend. Because I do know the honest truth is, and you might be one of these people, you might be listening to this and thinking that this is your story, where you've spent money on ads and seen nothing come of it, and now you've got a bad taste in your mouth because now you know, okay, I spent $1,000 and didn't get anything from it. Why would I ever do that again? And I'm on board with you. I 100% agree. Why would you ever do that again? You would never do that again. You would never do that exact same thing again. So what I'm going to tell you is how to do something similar and how to make some small tweaks so that it does start working for you. And that, again, consistently, it gets you moving in the right direction. So first off, my key tip is always budget a marketing plan for yourself that right now you would be comfortable spending month to month for at least 6 months. The ideal is it would be a number that you would be comfortable spending every month for a year. But if we're just getting started out, let's say it's a number that you are willing to spend month to month every year. Let's start with what a typical small business case would be, which would be, let's say $1,000 a month. Let's keep it a round number. Let's say for you and your business, you feel like you would be comfortable and confident spending $1,000 a month for the next 6 months. So what is that going to do for you? First off, I'm going to need you to do a couple of things before we even hop onto any platforms, before we do anything. You are going to need to determine your target audience. I'm going to need you to write it down. I'm going to need you to put it in a Google Doc. I don't care where you put it. It's got to be somewhere that you have easily accessible, that you can add information to, that you can cross information off of or delete from. It's going to be a living, breathing thing that you are going to refine over time. So it might seem easy. What is your target audience? Is anyone who's willing to purchase my services. That might be where you're starting from. And that's a great place to start. But let's start to narrow it down. A couple of great things that we look for in marketing to narrow down a target audience and a target customer is a couple of things. So one is location. Again, if you are local or if you are semi-local, even if you are national, what is that location? Is it the United States? Is it California? We are in California right now. Is it Los Angeles? Is it Culver City? We're in Culver City, just outside of Los Angeles. Is it these 7 blocks that I can get to within a certain amount of time? Get specific with it and know that that is what your target location is at the very least. So that's the first thing that I would say is get out of the way. It's target location. Draw a boundary on Google Maps if you want to. Like I even think of like Zillow has that. You can draw an exact outline of I can go on this street, I can go on. Get as specific with it as you can, because that's really going to be great for you. So first off is target location. 2 is very obvious but needs to be said. What business are you in? Exactly what are the services and what would someone be calling you for? Seems very obvious, but write it down. Having it in that document is really going to be able to contextualize everything and help you sort of relate it to every other element of who your target audience is. Do you have a specific service that you provide that requires or lends itself to a certain household income? That's another great way to target and narrow down is household income. Write that down. Do you primarily service apartments, multi-units, or houses? So owners of each one of those, that is going to go into that list as well. Even getting it down to age range. Right now, using your current customer base to figure out if you have an age range that tends to come to you. That's a great place to start. Is incidentally, do we happen to be serving mostly 35 to 55-year-olds? Write it down. Get it in there. If not, if it's a little bit more broad than that, still write it down, get it in there, because it allows you to relate everything else. So that should give you a pretty good baseline for who your target audience is and who your target consumer is. Another great one that I just thought of is if you are getting very specific with the products that you are able to install, and if you are a specific carrier of a brand, it's put in there users of LG products. Get that in there and use that, because that's going to be something that is going to be very helpful for the next step of the phase, which is actually implementing everything that you just put together. So in order to get all of that stuff going, my first and major tactic with home service businesses is get on Google local service ads. Get on Google local service businesses. That is far and away, especially as the first thing that you do, going to give you the most bang for your buck. I can give you really specific and niche scenarios for Google ads or social media ads. If you're not on Google local service ads, you are missing out on a ton of services. And I know that because I'll bet you if people who are listening to this are currently on Google local service ads, I'll bet you're sitting there thinking to yourself, well, yeah, that's obvious. Of course, we got to get ourselves on Google. Yeah, we did that. That was the first thing that we set up. It's that obvious because it's that impactful. So if you are not on there, it is impactful. Get yourself on there and really take that location that we talked about earlier, get specific with it, and input that into Google local service ads. As you are filling out your profile, as you're filling out your business information, there's a couple of things that it allows you to do is you can put in your business name, location, areas that you serve, and then it allows you to get specific too with like exactly what types of services that you provide. Take time with that bit. I see too many companies, who rush through the beginning setup part because they just want to get to the ads bit of it. They want to get to the part where they're spending the ad dollars, and they want to get to the part where, okay, we're bringing in. It's not going to be worth it unless you spend that setup time and put in that target location, put in those zip codes, even get granular with it. Put in those zip codes, put in the age range that you came up with, put in the household income. All of that stuff that you got hyper specific with previously is going to pay off in exponential dividends later down the line in this section. So Google local service ads are incredible. Once you have that all set up, you can upload photos. That's actually another place that is great for staff photos that you took on the social media stuff previously. That is a great area for the before and afters to upload those previously. Do not come across any area of Google local service ads and throw it to the wayside. Take advantage of really squeeze the hell out of this thing to get every drop of ad spend that you put towards it, because again, it's your money that you're spending, and I don't want you spending a single dollar that's going to go to waste. If you do every single aspect of Google local service ads, but you don't upload photos, there's a couple of dollars that you're going to waste. Yes, you could still be getting great results, but there's a couple of dollars. And that's really the basics of Google local service ads is get it up, get it started, but take your time. I'm begging you, because there's people who are going to listen to this and who are going to start setting up their Google local service ads, and they're not going to heed this part of the message, and they're going to be missing out. I'm begging you, take your time on that first initial part. So That is a great introduction to Google local service ads. That then takes us into regular Google ads. They're two separate things. A lot of people think that they are the same thing, and that if they're on one, they're on the other. There's two separate things. And it is, in my head, it's very similar to the TurboTax free edition and free TurboTax. It's two completely separate products. One of them is technically not free, and the other one is free. And it's just an incredibly confusing system. It is tax season as we are recording this, and so I've got that on my mind. But it's a very similar thing to Google local service ads versus Google ads. So once you set up the local service ads, now you can move on to Google ads themselves. This is a bit of a trickier realm. As soon as you get onto Google ads, if you haven't already before, it can be a very intimidating landscape. Dashboards come up with a ton of data, a ton of information. In order to put in certain information, you have to really dig for it and kind of navigate these strange menus that come up. And it's, in some areas, even for me, it's kind of counterintuitive. But it could be a great tool for your business. If you have the opportunity to, what I would recommend is looking for maybe a local marketer or a local ad specialist who, or even, going onto a site like Upwork or somewhere that you can find a freelancer and have them help you with the initial setup bit of it. And I do say help and not do it for you, because that help would also come with asking them, hey, can you break this down for me? Can you show me exactly what you're doing? Can you show me the best practices as we're going through it, and show me what you're doing that would be best for my business? But if that, I would recommend that. But if that's not feasible for you and your business, it's absolutely doable for yourself. What I would recommend doing is going through, and especially in the beginning, try not to mess around with any of the manual settings. For the most part, it'll get you where you need to go with the recommended templates and a lot of the sort of automatic systems that they set up and have in place. It's a pretty good system that they've got set up for the automatic stuff that you really just have to put in a minimal amount of effort. But that is one thing that I would definitely dive into. I'm going to come back to that in a second, but first, we're now going to go on to the third bit of paid ads, which is social media ads. And that's one thing that I think a lot of people who think about marketing, that's the first thing that they think about, is starting to pay for social media ads. It's a great tool. It really is. But the one thing that I need to tell you is it is mostly for brand awareness. A lot of the times, unless you create very specific ads and have very specific targeting, which, depending on the response of this episode, we can definitely get into in another episode. It is, though, going to be mainly brand awareness. It's just going to be letting people know about your business. So if that's a goal of yours, is to have your name out there to everyone, to have everyone in your local area be at least a little bit familiar with who you are, amazing. Boost a couple of posts. They have the Meta automatic settings are pretty comprehensive, and you can go in and you can do basically as much or as little as you would want. But boosting those posts about your staff, boosting the before and after photos, going in and on the Meta Business Suite and the Meta Ads Suite, going on and creating ads with specific calls to action are incredibly powerful. And having calls to action that are email us or call us now. In this business, I found that those are the two most powerful ones, is call us now or email us now, because that means a couple of things. That signals a couple of things to you from the customer is, one, I'm here by a device currently. I'm currently using it. Two, I'm willing to have this service done right now, or at the very least, I'm willing to talk to someone to learn more about it right now. And the difference between if someone calls you right now in marketing versus if someone calls you, leaves a voicemail, and then 2 minutes pass is incredible. I'm sure you guys have seen this in your business, is, the ratio of lead turnover when someone calls you and they get picked up versus the, it's 9 p.m. at night and maybe someone didn't pick up, they left a voicemail, and then you call them back the next day. You're not going to have the same results. So on social media, it's the exact same thing. Use those exact same instincts, and use the call now or email now call to action. Those are really powerful. But again, I want to remind you, all of that information that we took previously, location, target audience, age range, household income, all of that, again, comes into play right now. Get specific as you're putting it into the system. And now coming back to the Google Ads, like I said, I would come back to the Google Ads, is a great tool for you to use for someone who is in an emergency situation right now and needs something fixed immediately. That's what Google local service ads are going to do for you, and that is what Google Ads are going to do for you. Chances are, if someone's plumbing just exploded, they're not scrolling through Instagram and just happen to find your ad and just happen to see. It's not the scenario. If someone's plumbing explodes, or if it's the middle of winter and someone's heating goes out, the first thing they're going to be searching for is heating repair near me. It's going to be heating repair near me. It's going to be plumber near me. It's going to be fix my freaking sink near me. It's going to be all of those things. And where are they going to go? It's going to be Google. You might get your fringe case of like someone who's on Yahoo or Bing or whatever, but 99% of people are on Google. And so again, taking that target audience, taking what you learned from the social media ads for the brand awareness, taking what you learned from the Google local service ads with the target audience, throwing those in there so that you are the solution to the people who are needing something right now, and you're making sure that you're catching those, and so that you can catch those as well as advertise yourself for the preventative calls. It's not just the demand calls that we're looking at on Google right then and there. So I really do see in the middle being Google Ads as sort of a great catch-all, and then on one side for the brand awareness being social media ads, and then on the other side for kind of the opposite, the very local, specific, and need an exact service, you have Google local service ads. So I know that was a lot. That may seem like a lot of things, but I really hope that it gave you a great starting point or something new to take action on today that will help you boost your business. A lot of the guests that we have come on this show help us with sales, help us with business practices, help us with the process of our business. And so this is hopefully something that helps boost all of those other things. We talk about Rilla here a lot, and we talk about all the other services that we use. Again, that's something that, remember, keep it as a small thing in the back of your head always. It's a small little voice in the back of your head that always needs to be speaking to you. Hey, we just signed up for Rilla. Post about it. Send out an email about it. Add to the Google local service ads that add a little sentence in there of, we use the best reporting to get you on whatever you want to add onto there. But if there's one thing that you remember at the end of this, is marketing is everywhere. Everyone has time for it. Everyone comes across opportunities for marketing all the time. So just keep that little voice turned on in the back of your head at all times. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope this helped. I hope this gave you some actionable items that you guys can take into effect today or in the next week or whenever is earliest convenience for you. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.